Nick and Leslie talking holiday cheer. Hallmark movies, cozy nights, and a festive review today. Hey, grab a seat and a sweet treat. Cozy up, push play. Movie cheers, what you'll hear this Hallmark movie day.
Welcome to our latest episode of our holiday Hallmark review. This time we're talking about Private Princess Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Let's play that trailer.
Roll that boot camp.
Looks good on me, right?
Before she can take the throne this Christmas,
If you want to be queen, you must put in the work.
A boot camp.
she must rise to the occasion.
Let's go, Private Princess!
Private Princess Christmas on Hallmark Channel.
All right, now that we're back from the trailer, I don't really want to talk about this movie. So let's talk about what we did this morning.
Yeah.
So actually, let's talk about what we did last night.
Oh, we went to some interesting place called Lake Wales. If you live there.
So I thought it'd be like an hour, 45-minute drive. It took us 2.5 hours to get there.
Yes, it did.
So we left at 1:15.
1:17.
Yeah, and we got there by 3:30.
Traffic. I-4 traffic.
I-4.
Which we're used to, but we didn't realize by the time we got off of I-4, we would have over an hour to go to Lake Wales to make to our final destination for that day, or for the festivities, to Bach Tower Gardens.
It is not at all what I expected.
It is not. I mean, it's amazing.
Gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. Can't wait to go back. Wish we had more time.
It's like on the one mountain in Florida.
It
feels
Central
like,
Florida.
Feels like it. Like when you get to the top, you could see forever.
Vast. Yeah, it's such 192 feet above sea level, I believe. To us, that's a lot because we're only like 52, 53
Yeah, we
feet
dig
above sea
for a
level.
couple minutes, we hit water.
Yeah, so it was something, what was it, late 1800s?
1880s, I think it's one.
Yeah, 1889
It's a
maybe.
gigantic marble
by
tower.
Edward Bach, who is part of the Women's Gardening Journal.
He was the editor of Women's Monthly.
Women's Monthly Gardening.
Women's Monthly Journal or
something like that, yeah. And he is from the Netherlands,
Yes.
I think is where his family came over from. Anyway, so he built this beautiful land tower home area. Anyway, so he gave it to the city, county, whatever, to it's a public park gardens, and you do pay like $20 to get in. We went to the Silver Bells Big Band Holiday Christmas, which performance. We
Which is at the base of the tower. Now, it's like a whole grounds. It's not just the tower.
Yeah, there's gardens
buildings there. There's beautiful like like ponds. There's wetlands. There's an endangered plants.
They're
area.
man-made wetlands.
Yeah. There's like a gift shop and like a presentation area. It's really beautiful grounds.
Yes.
We thought 3 hours would be perfect amount of time to walk around before the show. We also lost 45 minutes on the drive.
Yeah, due to extra traffic that occurred, an accident, obviously I-4.
And so even when we got there, we walked around what we could, and then we still didn't make it to the tower.
We also brought a picnic and we ate there, and we ate right when we got there.
Yeah.
But we brought all the jackets with us, thank goodness, because it got cold at night. Was gorgeous.
It was like 45.
The sunset when it went down, all the colors that just reflected.
I took a lot of great photos. I'm thinking I'm probably going to like do a live stream of me editing those photos. Just because some people in my photography club were curious about like how to edit photos in Lightroom, so I figured I might as well make it a podcast.
And if you follow our Facebook page for our board game that will be launching Q1 of next year, it's called Propagation Station board game. We will link the board game Facebook page so you can see, and we'll post photos of the flowers that you took over there, because there was such. They also have like an area where you see like what's in bloom. Like they have pieces, they have clippings. And so you're able to see what's in bloom, and you can recognize whenever you walk through the park.
And they sell clippings too.
The shop closes at like 5 o'clock, but our concert started at 6. So we were there just a little bit longer when the gates closed. and we found our spot on the ground. They did have a couple of chairs, even though you bring your blankets and chairs, and your food you can bring.
We didn't know we were supposed to bring chairs, so
Right,
we grabbed the
Neglected to read it on the
grabbed
website.
lyre from the truck of our Outback.
Yes, yeah, and so, but they had some extra chairs that they were placing out anyway, so we were allowed to take them. But we were already bundled up and everything like that, and we had drinks that we had brought in general for the drive, and being able to see the sunset. There was a gorgeous owl that was hooing that we could see in the gorgeous oak trees. And then the stars came out and the moon came out, and it was a delight. We were next to some very chatty people for the entire concert. We get it; it's an outdoor concert, but wow, they were lovely.
So the big band was
they were
maybe like 6 or 7.
Yeah. I would say, and then there's so 6 pieces, but then there was 2 singers.
I will say that they tried very hard.
Enjoyed the slower pieces for the singer.
Just feel like in general we've gotten spoiled by living so close to the Palladium.
We frequent the Palladium on the side door, and
It's like $20 a ticket, or 25.
treat we have in our
And
city.
so last week we saw Zach Bartholomew, who's an amazing jazz pianist.
Yes.
It was a 3-piece band, and they covered the entire.
they were a trio.
a trio.
Yeah, of Vince
Vince
Guaraldi's
Guaraldi's
Christmas.
Peanuts Christmas
the
special.
Peanuts Christmas. But they did play, I think, a couple. No, they didn't play anything from the Thanksgiving.
He did play his original, which was about his cat.
Oh my gosh, I cried during that. I was like, this is so pretty. Anyway,
we gotta try
so,
and find that track and listen.
I don't know. I'll probably just continue to cry every time I hear it. Yeah.
Don't like cats, but we kept picturing
Yeah.
dogs.
But yeah. Anyway, we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna
Okay, so this morning we went on a coffee stroll. We've been
coffee
trying to
stroll.
do this for a while. There's a ton of coffee shops around St. Pete, and
and 'tis the season.
for festive holiday drinks.
Yes.
So we didn't have to drive, but whatever.
We were a little lazy today and decided to drive instead of bike.
So we drove like the 10 blocks to get to the general area, and then we walked another 10 blocks to hit up a few different locations. So first one we hit up was Intermezzo,
It's
which
a
is a very fancy cocktail place.
coffee and cocktail place. At 5 p.m. it turns into a cocktail bar at night.
And so we had a gingerbread latte,
And a carrot cake cappuccino.
carrot cake.
They do make all their syrups in-house. They I don't know if it's like the owner or the main barista person that makes all the blends, but they do definitely listen to James Hoffman because they use his syrup recipes in their pumpkin spice latte because we make the same exact one.
Yeah.
And anyway, it's bougie. It's great. It is still a hipstery scene. We like it, and the thought that it's always been around, or we've been around since it's been around.
Yeah.
Even though we don't. We're almost starting to seem a little too old for that crowd sometimes. But
I
anyway.
definitely feel old whenever I go to Black Crow.
Oh, very much so. Unfortunately, we don't go there anymore. But it was good.
And, well, talking about not going there, it's hard to go to local coffee shops when the best tasting coffee is the coffee we make at home.
And so we have spoiled ourselves, and we found the ratios that, our palates enjoy. With the type of beef. It's a medium roast that we like.
And these days we're like appreciating just a straight pour over more and more and less of the milky lattes. At least I am.
I mean,
but
no,
it's still fun to treat ourselves.
I know, but I don't want to be that people like, I like my coffee black. We just know, again, our ratios that we can enjoy it at a black level to the juicy beans. That sounded weird. I don't know.
Black level to the juicy beans.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's, I mean, we also just enjoy beverages. We are beverage people.
We are the most hydrated generation.
We are the most hydrated. We do put electrolytes in our drinks too. Not our coffee though.
So we went to Intermezzo, had those 2 drinks, and then we walked up to T Bella.
T Bella
I don't know why this place isn't more
is
popular.
such a gem. We haven't had it. I mean,
Since February for the Valentine's Day.
that's not what I meant. They're originally from Tampa.
Yeah.
And they're at places like Oxford Exchange, so well-known restaurants in the area that have high quality food service at, in my opinion, still very reasonable price. And so they're known in Tampa, and at least in my opinion. So they've been in St. Pete. I don't want to say too long, but not as long as, say they've been open in Tampa for 10 years. They've been here 5, something like that. So not as long.
Careful hitting the table.
My bad. Thank you so much. And the craftsmanship that they put into their teas and their blends, I don't know if it's ones that they make themselves, but either way, they are doing such a fine job and not just serving teas and like
very elaborate tea latte mixtures.
iced and hot, as well as, even matcha. I love the bitterness of matcha. I don't like matcha that's not, ceremonial and the sugar put in. I really enjoy the bitterness of it, and they enhance it with, again, things that I'm going to say like a lemonade, but it's not it's not sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had an apple crisp latte, which was, it had pieces of dried apple in it. It had like little bits of crispiness or whatever, and then a cold foam, I think. But the base was an apple herbal tea.
Yes.
And then Leslie had an incredible cacao.
Smoky.
It had also a milky flavor. There might have been milk in it.
Yes, we did get oat milk.
I think it was black tea based. Yeah,
Yes.
black tea, oat milk, some type of smoke flavor, and then lots of
because there was
chocolate
whipped cream.
flavor.
There's whipped cream. It was like,
So it tasted like a hot
fireside chocolate.
It was like a hot chocolate, but you could taste the black tea in it.
Yes.
And a little bit of smokiness, and it was delicious.
I loved it. It was almost like, I know it sounds weird, but when you're at a fireside, especially outside, we don't have a fireplace, and you're getting that good smell of the wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone is listening to this and you're curious, I'm sure you could look up Teabella, Teabella, and they probably have it listed somewhere on their Instagram, and you could probably just see the ingredient list and try and make it yourself.
And they do sell things as well.
And they're not expensive. It was like $6 for this like 20-ounce drink. 16 ounce.
Yeah.
Probably 16 ounce. Yep. And then after Teabella, we walked down to Sorrento.
Which is, I don't want to say, it's a local chain from Tampa.
Might just be 2 locations, probably no more than 5.
Yeah, I feel like there might be 3.
It's an Italian cookie place, like an Italian bakery.
Yeah.
And they had some seasonal drinks. We usually go there because they have the best
cannolis.
And
the best lobster tails.
Yeah.
Yeah, pastry.
I'm not really a big lobster tail fan.
I like them a lot. The pistachios on everything that they do, it's delicious. Their drinks, on the other hand, not so much.
So
we did toss them out.
Yeah, we had a...
We're not people to complain to the actual makers of the
it was a
drinks.
cold brew with...
Eggnog cold foam.
With eggnog cold foam. It tasted very sour for some reason. I don't know
how to explain it. I don't want to say it went bad,
it
but
tasted like sour milk.
but instantly the coffee, because that's when I asked you.
Rough.
I could, for a moment, I was like, okay, eggnog cold foam, I'm tasting it. But then I got to the coffee and I'm like, this isn't right. Yeah. It was just so acidic. And that's why I asked you, I'm like, do you see the bags or what they are?
They were just black bags.
They were just black bags.
What coffee was.
I don't know if it was like old and acidic, and then all of it started coming together and I was like, I can't. So we just walked out and threw it away.
And then the other beverage we had, what was that? Oh, it was
Shortbread latte.
Shortbread latte.
Took her a minute, the barista, to know what we were ordering.
So the shortbread latte tasted to me like... So growing up in Miami, I'd always go to a Cuban cafeteria, and they always had different flavored milkshakes, or batidos, as we called them. I usually got mamey, but I always wanted to try a new flavor. And so a couple of times I'd get trigo. My grandfather told me trigo means wheat, and it's basically like sugar smacks, like a puffed wheat cereal that is like blended with ice, sugar, and milk to create a trigo batido. And that's what it tasted like to me, like a cheap puffed wheat cereal. Not like corn pops, not like Rice Krispies, but like the wheat ones.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's like not even popular anymore.
Right.
Like it's hard to find Sugar Smacks or anything.
But I remember I know what you're talking
But yeah, that's what it tasted like, and
Sorry for the noise.
also not good. And so we about halfway through the day we switched it up with oat milk, but we are still. Oh, we also had a bowl of cereal for breakfast. So
We're trying to get on the road quickly.
yeah. Anyway, so that brings us to back here where I'm having some orange juice to balance out all the dairy.
Yeah, and I have a poppy. Anyway, prebiotic soda. So we did unfortunately watch Private Princess Christmas.
Private Princess Christmas. So we start in the Eastern European nation of Wingravia, where Princess Violet Bell looks like she's maybe 37,
Honestly,
but
she's-
acts like she's 8.
I don't want to say 37. She's clearly almost 30.
Oh, I think she's over 30.
Oh,
I don't know how women age.
right. Well, the actress is 2002 is when she was born.
Oh, okay. So that means she's actually 22?
Right. So that's what I was like. I don't think she's.
Oh, that's
She's
weird.
definitely like an adult child. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like she was potentially 27. But
Yeah, so the point of it is the mom is like, you need to grow up if you want to be queen. So
Who
it's
is the-
sending you to a boot camp in America.
who is the current queen? But the king is the late father who passed
last
away,
Christmas,
who died last Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works for certain countries, but for who was king and then for a queen consort to take over, I don't think you can rule this. That's how that works. But I don't know all the countries.
It just seemed to me like it would have made more sense if it was the king and it was about her relationship with her dad rather than her mom. I don't know.
Well, but I mean, also again, like someone show me. I'm sure there are countries. I just can't think off the top of my head where it goes from the king to the queen and then. And so to the next one.
They never say in the movie how old she is.
No.
But if she is 22, then they're putting way too much responsibility on her for a 22-year-old, I think. Like they're
You
making...
know, okay, but that's exactly what happened to Elizabeth II.
In her
So,
20s?
correct. She was queen at like 21, 22 at a very young age when she was crowned when her father passed away. And she, anyway, we should look at ages. But anyway, she was quite young when she took over, but they didn't crown her until like a year and a half later.
Reggie, come in the middle. Do you have
Reggie.
thoughts?
Oh, Reggie.
I don't know about Dutch, but I got sheets on my face.
I got she.
Careful with the microphone.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, so anyway, but to begin with, you know, they're like, oh, you need to grow up and think of your priorities. You know,
Sorry, for anyone who's just listening, our dog got on her lap.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
why
our
we
dog.
talked in weird
Yes.
voices. Okay.
yeah, and you know, they're like, you need to grow up. You need to make these decisions. What's going to be your call for the country? And I'm just like, if she's this old and you haven't like gotten her in the proper rulings and characters or features of a person, you did a bad job in schooling.
Yeah, there's one, like, related to that, there's a moment where we learn about how inept she is or whatever, and how spoiled she is at the boot camp. And she's like, oh, I don't read. I have my assistant read to me. There's no pictures in this book. That was unnecessary. That makes her sound like she's special needs or something.
It truly does. Like, if that's how you were raised, then again, family did a bad job in raising what should be a queen.
Oh, and our introduction to her, she's got chocolate all over her
Oh
face
my
because
god,
she's lying in bed
it's
eating
disgusting.
chocolate.
Like they really made her think like she did nothing as.
It felt like this was written for a character who's 8 years old. Mm-hmm. But then why would you send an 8-year-old to boot camp, and why would she fall in love with the man there? So no part of this movie
Stockholm
makes
syndrome.
any sense.
Right. Queen Elizabeth II did take the crown at 25.
Okay.
Yes. Anyway. So I just didn't like how they portrayed her as what a princess is supposed to be. Like
and what
usually
if-
when it's like, hold on. Usually when like you have a prince, he's often exploring the world and being a promiscuous man. But you know, a girl stays home and eats chocolate and is addicted to sugar.
It was weird that didn't come up because, like,
Why?
Early on, we're like, okay, she's super addicted to sugar. That's probably going to be something she connects with this guy about, but that's not really.
Well, that's what it was. He connected on the advent calendar. That
Right,
he
but not
liked.
like her obsessive love for
Obsessive
sweets.
for sweets.
And so one of her responsibilities as queen was that she's supposed to train a goat to find
Not
a
as
large
queen,
Christmas
as
tree. Sorry,
princess.
Train a goat for it to find a large Christmas tree. Because they do some... It was a cute ritual where, like, every year, this goat comes out named Sir Badalus, or Sir Bodilus, and he is supposed to find the tree that will be the royal tree to go in the castle. And he picks a really
town
tiny...
center.
Yeah, he picks a really tiny tree, and everyone blames the princess that this goat picked a tiny tree. It's silly.
It is quite silly.
Oh, I wrote down suitcase because Leslie flipped out when she saw a suitcase.
The same suitcases that they use, it's the white hard shell suitcase with the tan fake belt that rolls. Anyway, so they're just constantly using these same suitcases.
Yeah.
And I think it's hilarious because we also saw the same suitcases in the when they were flipping the home of the reality show host. They had those suitcases in the like supply closet, or what are you doing?
Sorry, I just noticed the queen was played by Erica Durance, she was Lois Lane on Smallville.
Oh, someone's at our front door.
Oh, we're getting a delivery. Sorry.
Anyway, see,
The queen was Lois Lane on Smallville.
I've lost. No, I've got to go back.
Yeah.
Anyway, where was I at?
Suitcases.
Suitcases, but where's the storage of props? Prop storage. Anyway, then we saw them in the prop storage. And I'm like, oh my gosh, really? Now they're actually using them as props. Anyway, also, the princess, so the whole like sugar thing, that was doing the chocolate all over the face. Like that was disgusting. But I'm like, how old are you and why are you still at home? And she's like she's upset that she doesn't get to go with her mom and do these like baking, Christmas baking things that they would do. She's upset that the mom won't do that with her. And I'm like, you're how old and you're still trying to, again, 22, 23. Again, I thought I was a little bit older than that. You're still trying to get your mother's love. Like, you should know by then, like, if your mother's this way towards you, like, just be done. Like, she doesn't give a shit. Like, don't waste your time. Like, I have to convince you to love me and to spend time with me. Peace. No, I'm not wasting my time.
At me like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So they send her to a boot camp in America designed to help people become leaders.
For 10 days.
For 10 days. And, as Eastern European countries are to do. So, and then the guy who leads it was like working at a Best Buy. And he runs into his old commanding officer and he's like, hey, why are you working at a Best Buy?
You could be a leader and a colonel somewhere.
Yeah. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. So then he runs his place and he's being a real dick because the whole thing reminds him of his friend Benji who died in Iraq.
Afghanistan.
So like all the people in this, it felt a lot like the Holdovers. Because it's like, you're in this big vacant
Holdovers
place.
were fantastic.
You liked that movie?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I told you.
I knew we
that.
watched it together. But...
Yes. Anyway. So I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, no. Are we just trying to put like Squibby, who was
She was fun.
Yeah, trying to put her with. See, I can't remember the actress or the character's name in the Holdovers, who was
She won
their chef.
Best Supporting Actress.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, she thanked Jesus.
Anyway, anywho. I don't know if you're just trying to put large woman with large woman. That's the Holdovers at a vacant place. I just don't see how it's the Holdovers because then. Anyway, Squibby's character was interesting. I don't know if it's believable that she was in the army or military or something like that. I don't know. But
They always make
she
a
had
point to say she's retired, which is like, why is she
then
working
why?
here?
I still don't understand. I don't understand.
I guess
that.
this is a private company. that runs these boot camps?
I guess so. I guess, but then I don't know.
So many questions.
Yes, so many questions, but also if that Ryan man,
Captain Ryan,
is a leader, and this is what the military and all that produces, like, oh my, horrendous leader.
Yeah.
Horrendous. But that's a man not paying attention to himself and being self-aware.
Oh, we also have to talk about Scotty.
Is that
I think that was his name. Yeah. So that is Princess Violet Bell's boyfriend, who's like cartoonishly disgusting British accent. He's like,
Yes.
sorry.
Oh, I've come to rescue you.
Oh,
Oh,
you have to do things by yourself.
oh, just
Oh. Apologize if you all listened to that. I mean, we could go deeper into the plot of the movie, but I really don't want to.
it is the worst. It was the worst. Do not see it. Waste of time.
Writing, I gave it a 4. Acting 4. Directing 3.
Writing, you gave it a 4?
I guess you're
You've
right.
given movies that we say are a must-see a 4.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I gave 5 Year Christmas Party like a 7 or an 8.
Still
Okay,
a
fine.
4?
Writing 3. We got writing 3. Acting.
A 4?
You're right.
It's so
Scotty was
terrible.
terrible.
Oh, what?
Princess Violet Bell was terrible.
They were horrendous.
Captain Ryan was a bit much.
When they do Finding Mr. Christmas,
Squibby was great.
when she was the only good one. She was only
All right, I'll
when
give
they
that
do
3.
Finding Mr. Christmas and whatever actor person wins and they do it, like I expect it to be this level, but I hope it's better. But like, this is horrendous.
Okay. So then writing 3, acting 3, directing 3, chemistry-o-meter 3.
1.
1.
I like how they tried to have him with the shirt off for one scene.
You're right. It honestly felt like
is that
he's
what
like
people
20
do?
years older than her because he acts mature and she acts like a child.
That as well. That's I'm like, oh,
Yeah, you're right.
he's, he's a groomer. That's what military people. Never mind.
So, yeah, that was
A stupid movie.
yeah.
Badly
Tonight,
written.
I guess in a few minutes we're gonna be watching Sugar Plum,
Yeah.
and we'll let you know how that goes.
Bye.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Yoo-hoo.